Often here I've spoken about these different levels of freedom, like the transcendent freedom where we kind of feel up and out of ourself. The freedom of intimacy, of total intimacy with life. That happens in the heart, it's normally experienced through the heart center. There's a deeper level of freedom, this freedom, which is often experienced in Zen. It's like that happens in the heart. It's like this mountain of emptiness. And the other day I got this email. Someone was asking, talking to me something about the ultimate experience of freedom, or what is the ultimate experience? The ultimate experience is to be free of freedom, free of the spiritual path. To be so free that we're not seeking anything any longer. That we're so free that we're free to be human. That we're free to be ourselves in this world. It's very interesting, the further we walk along the path. In the beginning, the further you walk on the path, the first couple of years, it seems like you're rising up and out of your humanity. You're letting go of your humanity. You're forgetting about yourself. You're trying to live as your true nature and forget about this human thing called Craig or whatever your name is. But there tends to be this thing as we kind of do the up and out of experience and experience that kind of freedom. Then the freedom comes down and into. And at some point along the journey, we discover this incredible love for life, this incredible love for being human. And it's really liberating, not liberating in like an expansive sense, but liberating in a sense of, it does feel expansive, but liberating in a sense of like, I can finally be myself fully, without reservation, without self-consciousness, without second guessing or questioning myself or judging myself or struggling against myself. I spent the good part of 20 years trying to get rid of Craig, trying to get rid of this humanity that I was. I did tremendous spiritual violence to myself, from this journey. But the further I walked on the path, the further I deepened into this experience, of like a true awakening. I began to notice that my humanity wasn't falling away. It was becoming more alive. That I was happy to be me. I was happy to be here on earth. I was happy to be in a human form. That instead of wanting to escape into some other spiritual realm, that I was just genuinely happy. I always look at the spiritual path and people talk about going to heaven, getting to nirvana, never coming back to earth again, getting off the wheel of samsara. There's all this language for it. When you truly wake up, you don't think about getting anywhere or going anywhere. There's this tremendous joy about being alive, joy about being human. You give yourself the freedom to fully incarnate here in the world. People always think about their incarnation as getting out of the world. But God did not make us. God did not make our ego for us to get rid of an ego. God did not make our humanity for us to get rid of our humanity. God made us so that we could experience the fullness of being human, the fullness of divinity, individualized, simultaneously and paradoxically, experiencing oneness and unity with all of life. Experiencing this absolute divinity of being divine and human. Being fully human and fully divine. That's what this earth is about. That's what this life is about. It's not about getting rid of anything. It's about growing into and experiencing ourselves fully, connecting with our highest truth and allowing this highest truth to manifest itself through this being. Through this being. And so it's a great joy to be alive. Once we've let go of our struggle with life, our struggle with ourselves, our struggle with each other, it's a great joy to fully incarnate as a human being.